So I got a new desk. More and more people are working from home, but if you wear an Apple Watch to track your activity, filling your rings can be tricky, which is where this standing desk from Flexispot comes in. But more on that in a little bit. I'm iCave Dave and I simplify Apple so that everything just works for you, and if you want the latest Apple news, leaks and rumours every weekday at 12 UTC, like the video, subscribe to the channel and ring my bell. Regular viewers will know that I started reworking the office space about a month ago, building a new backdrop for our videos rather than having the lovingly painted door that I've been using since renaming the channel late last year. Just after that, Flexispot reached out to me to see if they could send over one of their E5 standing desks, and I honestly stood up and jumped at the chance. This room was originally a storeroom when I moved in. The previous owners had shut off the main door and added a door in the side wall, which is where my black backdrop is. That's the door frame that we closed up a couple of years back. But this space is also shared with a laundry dryer and a boiler for the house, so the space is pretty busy, and because of the electric and gas services coming into the house here, there's a lot of stuff on the walls too. But last weekend I stripped everything out ahead of the Apple event and repainted the walls with a lighter tone, ripped out the old desk, which is a generous term for one of those pretty hollow IKEA desktops with the paper inside, balanced on a pair of old kitchen cabinets that also came with the house, and tried to box in some of the meters and electrical installations on the wall. I also had to make a temporary leg for the other worktop, the one over the dryer, as it was originally supported by the old desk. Less practical when your new one moves up and down. One of the tricky parts was that I had a pair of 40-inch TVs, one mounted on the wall and one on the old desk, but I wanted this to look like a much cleaner setup, so having checked that the TV was only about 6.2 kilograms, I was able to pick up a monitor mount that supports 9 kilograms from Amazon, and that seems to be working really nicely, as well as having integrated cable management channels. The Flexispot desk itself is a dual motor black framed model with one of their slightly smaller desktops, 120 by 60 centimeters, around 2 by 4 feet, and in the maple finish because it reminds me of the Apple stores. Putting it together was surprisingly straightforward and took around an hour. The only time I had to go back on myself was when I missed putting the power supply mount on at the right time, and I think it was because by this point I was getting a little bit cocky because the build had been so easy so far. I have to say that this desk is sturdy. The legs weigh an absolute ton, which is a good thing, because flimsy is not what you're looking for in a desk that's going to be holding a bunch of expensive and reasonably fragile stuff like TVs, so I was really happy about that. And the desktop is solid, nothing like the IKEA one that it replaced. The movement is pretty fast and quiet, and it has a nice ramp up on the movement, so not a jerky start, although when you do take your finger off the button it stops instantly, which I presume is for safety reasons. And you can also set default sitting, standing and a couple of additional heights, so that you can return to those at a single press of a button. So I have sitting, standing and a mid-level, which puts my camera at the right height for filming videos, which we have on right now. Very handy. But on that topic, what else actually lives on this desk? Well, the back and side edge has an RGB LED strip running around it to illuminate the wall behind. The light blue paint that is apparently Dulux's colour of the year, Bright Skies, nicely takes the vast majority of light colours, but I wanted to keep it on a pale purple. Then there's that adjustable monitor arm from Amazon and an old monitor mount that I already had hanging around, which is holding my camera teleprompter that I use for the main shows, peeking over the top of the display. The secondary display has been moved up onto the side wall, but honestly I've not even connected it yet and I'm not really missing it, so I might try the single display life for a while. There's also an Apple Watch charger mount and a lightning dock, an Eero router and the 2 sound sticks, with the subwoofer on the floor underneath. Now, I didn't list the Mac Mini because that is mounted in a wooden crate under the Flexispot desk, which also houses the hard drives, a splitter for audio so that I can route to the sound sticks or to a pair of headphones for the live shows manually, so I can switch between them. Still on the lookout for a good set of headphones though, and there's an 8-port USB 3.1 hub under there. On the outside of that crate is an 8-way power strip with 4 USB charge ports as well, so that everything on the desk runs from that. It minimises the amount of loose cables trailing off the desk. So in fact, running away from the desk, there is literally just the one power cable, Ethernet, and my printer cable which runs to the side. Above the desk, I've boxed in the gas meter and I've mounted a pair of mini LED lights, so they're always in place and ready to switch on, ready to film. I've also reused many of the foam sound panels that I had before, but of course many of the offcuts were kind of useless, so there's more of that on the way, and this studio is by no means done. There's still stuff to sort out, and although I love minimal aesthetics, I'm a bit of a hoarder. So I'll be looking at creative storage solutions like my new cable board, modified from an IKEA pegboard, painted and with some LEDs added behind it. I think the best I can hope for is a techie take on the elegant clutter aesthetic of TGI Fridays in the late 90s and early 2000s. So let me know what you think of the makeover, what you like, what you'd change. There's still a lot to do, but I hope you like what I've done so far. And if you're interested in the latest Apple news leaks and rumours daily, a sub would be fantastic. Thanks to Flexispot for the desk, thanks to you for watching, and check out this video for the old setup and let me know which is your favourite in the comments.